Hey guys, Colton here from the Evil Kingdom, and welcome to part 4 of What If Blake Was Trained by Naruto. A few things before I start the part off. First off, I'm sorry for not recording much. I've just been busy, and also it's kind of been loud, so I couldn't really do much. But I'm going to be having a lot more time and quietness, so I can start recording more. And I also did try starting this before and just didn't like how it went, so I took some time and rethought things through. And yeah, just sorry, and I'll try posting more. Anyways, now I also went through the entire, went through the entire series, and I kind of noticed a few mistakes I made. Part 4, I made a comment and talking about one of the mistakes. So I did notice it. It doesn't really change much, so I'm not gonna add anything different. Anyways, in the last part, we ended off with Volume 3 happening. So now we are just gonna go through Volume 4, and I'm gonna see how much time we have left. Now, I'm gonna start off with Yang. Since she didn't really lose her arm or lose any of her spirit, she's still the same. And I believe during this time, a few months before, at the start of Volume 4, Yang does get more training in. And I believe during that time, she can handle a few more weights, and I started thinking about it. Weight training might not really help her much, but at least it's something. And I believe she works on upgrading her semblance. It's a 3-amine in semblance evolution. The purpose of this whole evolution thing is mostly because I believe, since semblances are based off people, and their spirits, I kind of believe that they can evolve over time. So yeah, and all it really does is Yang can now just control more of her output, and I believe she's focusing on more her hand and feet fighting, since she would have realized if her opponents start fighting by kicking, she's not gonna do much. And over the time, she just improves on that. Yeah, she would still go to find Raven to have her open a portal to Crow, which would lead her to her sister. Speaking of RWBY, last part, Blake ended up joining Team Ranger. So, yeah. And they get stronger. And not just because Blake's there, but RWBY's also stronger. So, John, Ren, and Nora all get stronger because of it. And honestly, I believe during this time, RWBY and Blake would just be talking, and the entire thing with Cinder and Pyrrha event would be brought up. And Blake would know about dojutsus, like the Sharingan and Byakugan. So over the time, they would work on trying to figure out how RWBY can use it. And I believe during that, it's gonna be really hard, but I'm at least gonna say RWBY can, on command, use her silver eyes once. But it's extremely exhausting for her. I'm saying this because she had some training from someone with silver eyes in the past, and she was still barely able to use it. So, reasonable, I guess. Anyways, all those fights fights during Volume 4 for Team Ranger would go a lot smoother. In the fight with Tyrion, Scorpion guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name, sorry. Yeah, that fight goes a lot easier. I still believe Crow would get some venom in him due to his own bad luck. And watch another video. Well, because I can see things happening two ways and want to know what you guys think. So, should they just tie Tyrion up and turn him into the authorities when they reach another town, or would he escape? Either way, he's not gonna be much of a contribution to the series, so yeah. Let me know what you guys think about that. And yeah, the rest of the fights just goes easier. And they still let Ren and take vengeance for his village on that grim, and they still go. And I also want to say one thing before we move on. During their training, I believe Ruby and John become more tactical in their training, so they can think more on the fly. Strategies and formations and all that. Now, whites. Honestly, nothing really changes up till, well, the gallery. In this, Whites actually had way more personality than the Whites in canon. Well, by that I mean she has more respect towards Blake, Ink, and Fauna's kind. And yeah, the event may not have been as big, as I mentioned in the last part, but still big enough to bring in concern. And yeah, all that would still happen, and Jock would still end up slapping her, but this is where everything would change. Because this Blake has, this Weiss has literally just said nope. Well, this Weiss literally grown as a character and as a person and realized that her life before wasn't really the best life for her. So when Jock did that, Weiss just gives him a powerful right hook in the face. He then starts I know there's a word for it, I just don't know the word, but she basically tells him off for everything he's done. And saying how bad of a father he is, how selfish he is, and that she would have had better time. Her time would have been better spent not even trying to earn some sort of respect from him. And she just takes her stuff and leaves. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, she just leaves through the front door instead of just sneaking out. Honestly, when I first thought this, I kind of believed it would have went differently, but I had to rewatch a certain scene to see where it took place. So yeah, and that's all that really changes for Volume 4. Looks like we still have a lot of time. The beginnings of Volume 5 would still happen. Oscar would get there. Osmond would try to train them. But after seeing how strong they are at this point, he just tries training Oscar more than the rest of them. White still gets captured. Yang still finds Raven, reunites with White. Raven opens her portal, and they still reunite with Team Ranger. Yeah. Since Blake's there, it's actually a full Team RWBY reunion. and instead of just a RWBY, Weiss, and Yang reunion. And I say they still have a few days of training left, and on one day, I honestly want to do this. It's A, because it will explain how strong they got, and B, because it's fun. I believe Blake would actually have Weiss, Yang, and Ruby partake in the bell test. And Blake would start off, they would find a forest area, and Blake would set 3 clones towards Ruby, Weiss, and Blake. Well, Yang. And then they would all fight Blake at the same time. And I'm just gonna go through this one at a time. And right now, Yang would honestly be physically close to Blake's strength. And with a lot of her training, she can at least keep up. And I believe she would still beat her clone. With a little ease, but still anyone's game. Even if when her clones uses jutsus. RWBY, however, it's really close. They trained for so long together, and yeah, they pretty much know each other's strategies by this point. And RWBY beats her clone pretty much by just thinking of a new strategy to use. Weiss, however, she didn't get as much training as the rest of them, and she only beats her clone out of luck. With a partial summon happening. And the 3 of them fighting Blake is more of to test how far their teamwork gone, and yeah, they still beat her. And obviously Blake's not gonna go pulling out percent shurikens and all that. And yeah, they get in the bells, but this leads me to this. Blake, and well, by that I mean, this is how all the team's power scales. Blake's being the strongest, RWBY is in close to Blake's power. Well, RWBY's close to Blake on that leveling, and Yang's a little stronger physically, but still on the weaker end, but still close enough. Weiss being the weakest, Weiss fans, and honestly, yeah, I'm gonna end off with them almost walking into the school and finding Cinder. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. Let me know what you think, and also I'm trying to get back into the groove. Sorry if it seemed a little rushed. I'm not gonna go through recording this a 3rd time. And let me know if there's anything I can do to improve the What If series. Also, I have a few other What Ifs in the making. And yeah, I'll see you all next time.